Hello and welcome to another tutorial video that I've decided to do regarding how to improve the deadlift. So this video is about accessory work, and the first two videos were about the form, the stance, form, bar position, breathing technique, bracing and so on, and the second one was about loading phases, loading strategies. And if you haven't checked those out, I'll link them in the description of this video, so please go ahead and check those out, because without knowing the fundamentals of deadlift, then I don't think there is any point of actually going straight into the accessory work. So with that said, sit tight and enjoy the video, and let's get started. There are 3 exercises I recommend that you should definitely make them part of your deadlift workout routine. And those are Romanian deadlifts or stiff deadlifts, deficit deadlifts, and barbell bend over rows. Now there are a lot of other exercises out there. If you ask what are those exercises, so anything that targets your glutes, your hamstrings, your quads, your back, your core, so back extensions, lat pull downs or cable rows will be good for your back and your lats. Hamstring curls, leg extensions for your quads, sit-ups again for your lower abs and your core in general, leg raises, leg lifts, but yeah, and of course, did I say squats? Squat, definitely squats. So squat will definitely help improve your deadlift, and deadlift will also help improve your squat, so they both help one another. Bend over rows will definitely strengthen your back and a little bit of your core, whereas the deficit and the Romanian deadlift, they'll strengthen your glutes, your hamstrings, your core, and a little bit of your back. And that's why I'm going to concentrate on these 3 exercises. Now the deficit deadlift is not different than the regular deadlift. You just you lengthen the distance that you have to pull. That's all there is to it, really. For that, you can just take 2 plates. Now, the thicker the plates, the better. You don't want to use one of these plates, the blue plates here. So you'd want to have something that's at least 5 centimeters or 2 inches wide. So basically, have 2 plates set up like this, stand on them, and just deadlift. Everything is the same as the regular deadlift, so the stance, the position, the feet position, arms, chest, bracing, everything is the same, but it's just a longer distance that we have to pull. So yeah, at the end of your deadlift session, you just do 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions. Now again, you would want to use challenging weight, not too light, but not too heavy either, because you have a longer distance to pull, so these are way much more challenging. So find a challenging enough weight and do 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions at the end of your deadlift session. So now next, we are going to look at the stiff or Romanian deadlifts. They're slightly different, and they are designed to engage your hamstrings, your core, and your glutes more than actually what the regular deadlift engages. Let's demonstrate what they look like. So, and of course, I recommend also you just do a little bit of research yourself as well, and find something that works best for you. Bracing and breathing techniques, everything is the same, regardless of what version of deadlift you're doing. But the stance in this particular exercise is slightly different. So in a regular deadlift, you go to about this depth, whereas in stiff deadlifts, you go to about this depth. And that's why when you start, so you kind of you kind of push your hips outwards, because you don't want to bend your knees once you lock them. You don't want to bend your knees and go down, but you push your hips out while keeping your knees locked. And when you come back up here, you sort of lock out, but not 100% really. You'd want to keep that tension on the muscle all the time. So here, and keep the tension there. Don't lock out, don't bring the hips through all the way. I recommend you keep the tension here. Again, as you go down, extend your hips. Keep knees locked. Again, extend your hips. Don't lock out completely. Keep the tension on the muscles at all times. With a stiff deadlift, instead of having the legs this width apart, instead of having the V shape, we are going to bring the legs closer to about this position, and we're not going to have that V shape. See? Instead of here, right here. And the gap between your feet is about 20 centimeters or 8 inches. So the stiff deadlifts are great for glutes, hamstrings, and core, lower back especially. If you haven't included these in your workout routine, start including them. At the end of each workout session, deadlift workout session, so basically just do 2 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions. Now we are going to look at the barbell bent over rows. And the reason why I chose these 3 exercises is because these are the exercises that will engage the most your core, hamstrings, glutes, and the back, of course, lats and the back. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, there are a ton of other exercises you can include. So you make your choices and see what works for you. So the barbell bent over rows, pretty simple. The stance is similar to the stiff deadlift. And you grab the bar the same way, you lock the same muscles, basically, with the exception that you don't go up. Your upper body bends down to a certain level, and then you just row up and down. All right, now let's take a look from the side, see what they look like, in what position should you be when it comes to performing the barbell bent over rows. This is a great exercise for strengthening basically the entire back, including the lats. So basically, you'd want to be in this position. If you are not bending to this degree, then there's no point of really doing these. So lower the weight and then go lower. Make sure that your legs don't move while you do this. Sometimes as the weight gets heavy, we might want to give it a little kick so to get that initial pull, but try to do them with stiff legs. Now, there are 2 ways you can actually do these exercises. One is include them at the end of your deadlift session. So try to do at least a set of 10 to 12 repetitions on both the Romanian deadlifts and deficit deadlifts, and also 1 set of 10 to 12 repetitions on the barbell bent over rows. Now, if this gets challenging, because if you're doing heavy deadlift sessions, you don't have the energy to actually do them, now keep in mind that you got to put in the work, so nothing else will actually get you there. So just because we do it once per month or per year or once in our lifetime doesn't mean that we are going to get anywhere. And then only hard work and determination will get you there. So yeah, try to include at least 1 set of the deficit and Romanian deadlift and the barbell bent over rows at the end of your deadlift session. If you can do 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions on all of these, even better. But if that gets challenging, then dedicate a complete workout session, one workout session per week, to these: deficit deadlift, Romanian deadlift, and barbell bent over rows. Again, I can't emphasize this enough, right? There are a lot of other exercises out there that will help your deadlift. Now, I recommend you do your research. I mentioned some of those, but I'm not going to demonstrate them. I'm sure some of you already know what they are. And if you'd like me to demonstrate them, please comment below and I'll do so. I strongly recommend you do squats. Squats will also help your deadlift. But if you want to do, let's say, hamstring curls, leg extensions, back extensions, and so on, you don't have to do them in the same deadlift session. As long as you keep doing them twice or 3 times per week, then it doesn't matter at what point you do them, as long as you keep doing them. And this is actually the end of the 3-part video that I wanted to make. And so I find it much easier to communicate with people this way than instead of individually explaining the same exercises over and over to everyone. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell below. And I will see you in the next workout session.